Hey, what's going on, guys? So I decided that I was going to complete every single challenge on Halo the Master Chief Collection. So I completed all the weekly challenges for PvP and PvE, as well as the seasonal challenges. Now, the PvP and the PvE challenges aren't really that hard. You could honestly do that just casually playing, get most of them. The seasonal challenges were, oh my god, were they a hassle. So I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on them overall. And first of all, let me just say it took me an ungodly amount of time for these seasonal challenges. I believe one of them was to complete like 25 full set firefight matches, which took forever. Another one, you had to do the last level of Halo 3 on a mongoose on Legendary, which was a real pain in the ass. I was raging at the computer with that one, especially with all the random panels that explode at the end of the level. But anyway, the third one, which I think I had the most trouble with, was to get the green battle rifle skin, and that was just crazy. I had to go through on multiplayer, and I had to win 25 competitive multiplayer games, and I think I said in my last video that Halo has just gotten way too crazy competitive. I mean, I know I was in the competitive playlist, but wow, did I see some crazy games. I can't tell you how many games I got into where the score on Team Slayer 4v4 ended and the other team had like 50 kills and my team only had like 16 kills in total between all four of us. It was definitely a challenge. And then they also had the challenge, which was just essentially the achievement from Halo Reach, where you jump off the cliff and have to assassinate the elite on the last level and take no fall damage. That one was difficult, but honestly not as difficult as I remember doing it. Probably because I've done it a couple times over the course of playing Halo in my life. Now, that being said, I will say it is incredibly satisfying to go through each challenge screen and see challenge complete underneath every single challenge. It is really, really satisfying, and that's probably the best part. Honestly, the XP rewards I could care less about. The only things I really cared about were the season points and the cosmetic rewards, but the cosmetic rewards were a little underwhelming. At first I thought I was really going to like that green BR skin, and it is cool, don't get me wrong, but for the sheer amount of hours that I had to put into it, it just wasn't really worth it. And then that mongoose skin, the hazard pay mongoose skin, is the yellow one with the stripes on it. It's cool, I like it, but for the mongoose, I don't know, it seemed kind of boring to me, especially considering how often do you really drive a mongoose in multiplayer. And then the Halo Reach challenge, so I like the cosmetic there, but I'm not really going to use it. I'm still going to use the Haunted Helmet, so no real reason to use that one. Now, one of the challenges that I found to be just really tedious and probably took a lot of time for me was the challenge where you have to find 30 skulls, terminals, or audio logs throughout the Halo campaigns. Now, as I mentioned in my last video, I'm away from home and I'm playing on a crappy laptop that only has so much memory, so I didn't even have all the Halo games installed, so I was kind of limited in what games I could try to find terminals on, and I ended up going with Reach, Halo 3, and Halo 2, and I think I did some Combat Evolved as well. I just don't have Halo 4 installed. So, yeah, that was a pain in the ass. And the first thing, if this challenge ever comes up in the future, or if you yourself are still trying to do this challenge, I think the season challenges end in like another couple of days, the Halo 3 terminals don't actually count towards the challenge unless you watch them pretty much all the way. You have to actually watch and go through all the text on the screen 100%, otherwise it will not count, because I was doing the terminals on the Ark and the Covenant, and I had done pretty much all of those terminals, and then I realized that they weren't counting, and then I was like, great, so I just played 2 levels, and they didn't even count for anything. Mind you, this is after I had played countless levels over and over and over again, just finding skulls. I did the ridiculous grenade jump for the bandana skull in Combat Evolved, and it was exhausting. And that brings me to my next thought. Other than season points, a few okay, maybe 5 out of 10 cosmetics, and then the satisfaction of seeing challenge complete, I really don't like these challenges. I don't think they're worth it. I really don't, because I had to put in, I mean, thankfully right now I have a lot of time on my hands at the moment, just the past couple of days, but I have had to put in such a ridiculous amount of time trying to get these challenges unlocked, and ultimately, I didn't really think they were that enjoyable. I would have had much more fun I had seen a couple of mods for the campaign that have been coming out recently, and I was playing through those for maybe an hour, and I would have rather have played those more than play the challenges. And while they are optional, I feel like to a point they're mandatory, because after a certain amount of times that you rank up, you no longer get season points to get things unlocked. You have to do challenges to unlock cosmetics. And it's just really annoying considering the fact that, like I said, some of the challenges are quite difficult to do, and a lot of the challenges don't even give you season points, they just give you XP, so it's kind of like, what's the point? So I really wish 343 would overhaul the system in which we unlock cosmetics right now. Now, I do understand that they are going to be adding in a store type thing that you can use season points to buy things that were locked behind seasonal challenges soon, which I think is a good idea. I know that's been received somewhat mixed. Some people say, well, why should people who worked for the seasonal challenge have their accomplishment diminished? And I don't know. I kind of disagree with that. I mean, I did all the seasonal challenges, and honestly, they're really not an accomplishment. It's more a matter of, do you have the time to put in to Halo and to these specific challenges? And overall, I just felt that they made the game less enjoyable for me. Like, honestly, I would have been happy to hop into Combat Evolved 8v8 all night, but instead I found myself grinding the competitive playlist on Halo 3, because competitive Halo 3 is really the only playlist that actually is populated enough to get a match in. I was able to get competitive Halo 4, which sounds like an oxymoron now that they say it. I was able to get that a couple of times towards the later part of the day, but overall it was just Halo 3. And really, I mean, I have a lot of issues with the competitive playlist, but that's another topic for another video. So that being said, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the challenge system and completing all of them now that I've finally done it. Definitely won't be doing this again. Honestly, like I said, was not worth it. Very satisfying, but wasn't worth it. Also, shout out at the gameplay of this video in the background. I have a gunner on my Gauss Hog, and this guy is the best gunner that I have ever seen in Halo, ever. He ended the game with like something like 38 kills or something like that. But shout out to him, he is fantastic. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to see more like this, subscribe. I will try to upload again soon. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and goodbye.